Picking the wrong niche on Etsy can cost you months of work and hundreds of dollars in wasted supplies. But picking the right one, that's how you build a shop that actually makes money. I have sold physical products, print on demand items, and digital downloads over the years, and I'm going to show you exactly how to choose a niche that's both profitable and sustainable no matter what you sell. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I help handmade Etsy sellers build profitable shops by combining smart data with what they actually enjoy making. I have been through all of the trial and error, so you don't have to. And now let me show you how it's done. By the end of this video, you're going to have a clear process for choosing your Etsy niche, one that uses real data but does not ignore what you're passionate about. Because a niche that makes money but burns you out is not sustainable. And if you want help implementing this niche strategy for your shop, I'm hosting a free live masterclass all about visibility on Etsy. The link is in the description for you to save your seat. All right, let's start from the beginning, which is that the data should be supporting your choice, but not defining it. And this is where most people really get the niche selection process backwards. They think that they should let the data tell them exactly what to sell. But the truth is that the data should support what you choose and not define it. Because if you pick a niche purely based off numbers and you hate marketing those products, you're going to burn out. You're going to burn out fast. I've seen it happen over and over and over again with sellers before they get to me. You need to start with something you actually enjoy making for a target audience that you know about and care about. It has to be something that you are excited to create variations of and something that you understand. Because you need to know the people that you're making your products for to stand out on Etsy as a platform. If you are just chasing trends or data without any personal connection, you are fighting an uphill battle to learn about the product and to get it going on a new platform at the same time. Etsy has over 100 million buyers annually. There's a demand for almost everything. So start with something that inspires you, then use the data to refine your choice and to make it profitable for you. That's the balance. Passion plus data, not one or the other. So now I want you to comment below. Do you have a clear niche for your Etsy shop? Are you still figuring out what to focus on? Let me know where you're starting from and I can help you in the comments. Okay, so then let's talk about one of the biggest mistakes I see, which is people picking a niche that's way too narrow from the start. I have a couple of funny examples for you. Someone might say, I'm going to make French bread hair claws or pickle statues. And yes, both of those phrases auto-populate in the Etsy search bar, which means that somebody searched for them, right? But the demand is so low that you can't build multiple product lines around it. Instead, you want to start by picking a general product first, something that really gives you room to create multiple different product lines from it, and then you can niche down from there. And let me give you an example of what that might look like in practice, okay? Let's say you want to sell digital products. Digital planners can be a great general product with a lot of demand. From there, you can niche down into specific product lines like budget planners, wedding planners, meal planning printables, daily planner pages. There's a lot of examples that you could choose from with this general product. You are not locked into this one hyper-specific theme. You have some flexibility to test different product lines under that same general umbrella. This gives you more keywords to target, more ways to show up in search, and more opportunities to rank and get in front of buyers on Etsy. As you grow, you can add new product lines without starting from complete scratch. And I know you are going to hear from people who tell you you should niche down and sell to only one type of person in your shop, but I'm going to tell you that advice does not take into account how Etsy actually works as a platform. The biggest factor in this is, in reality, less than 1% of visitors to your shop ever see your shop homepage to know how many different types of products that you're selling. So if most buyers aren't going to see that you are selling a bunch of different things, it doesn't matter if you do, right? You do not have to pick one teeny tiny niche and never sell anything else. So if you've learned nothing from this video, I really want you to learn that one specific thing, because it's going to save you a ton of time that you would waste opening up new shops for new niches unsuccessfully. All right, so once you have a general product idea, it's time to brainstorm specific product lines using keyword research. This is where the data becomes your best friend and you get to use tools like Marmalade, eRank, or even Etsy search bar. So here's the process. You're going to start with step one by brainstorming product line ideas. Type your general product into Etsy search bar and see what auto populates. You can type words in different orders to get even more suggestions. Make a big list. Do not filter it yet. Step two is to check the data. Now take that list, plug those keywords into your keyword research tools and see what the demand and the competition is. You are looking for keywords that have decent search volume, but that are not completely saturated. Step three is to take into account what's already ranking. Go to Etsy and search for your top keywords that you're excited about after that step two, and look at the first page of search results. Are these products that you can realistically compete with? Or are they all super cheap? Or is there room for maybe some more premium pricing? Are you inspired by what you see, or does it all look the same? Step four is to make a decision. I want you to choose a product line based on a combination of data and inspiration. So you can ask yourself these questions. Does this keyword have enough variety of searches to support multiple listings in my shop? Can I profit off products like what is already ranking on page one for these search terms? Do I have something unique to add to this niche? If the answer is yes to those questions, you've found your product line. All right, the next step is this, and I get this question all the time, which is how many listings do I need to rank on Etsy? And here is one way for you to estimate and find out. Go to Etsy and search your top 1 to 2 target keywords and look at the first page of search results. Click into a few of those shops and search within their shop to see how many listings they have in that specific product line. You are definitely going to get a range, and that's okay. Some shops might have 8 listings, some might have 20, some might have 50. You might want to aim for the upper end of that range, especially if you are a new shop without a sales history behind you to help boost you in the rankings. And that's because shops on the lower end, as far as the number of listings they have, could be getting their traffic from other sources, and that might not be something you could replicate. They might have a huge email list or really big social media following. So maybe they only have 1 or 2 listings in a product line, but you don't have that big social media following. You don't have that audience to send. And so you need to account for this in your estimates. They didn't need that many listings, maybe because they already had the built-in traffic. If you are starting from scratch, you need more listings to saturate those keywords and show Etsy that you are important for that search term. I also want you to remember this number is just an estimate. You might need to adjust based on your results after 30 to 60 or even 90 days, but it should give you a solid starting point. And just remember, if you are not optimizing your listings correctly, you might need even more. So don't get discouraged if your estimate is off. And I do want to share a little bit of my journey through here because it will help you see how this all works in actual practice. I have sold physical handmade products, I've sold print on demand, and I've sold digital downloads on Etsy. They've all been successful for me, and here's what I've learned from each. Print on demand was great for testing new products without large upfront cost. This is how I started my shop. But the profit margins are lower, and you're definitely competing against a lot of other sellers using the same platforms. Eventually, I came up with an idea that was perfect for me as far as physical products go, and I moved my shop over to that and got rid of the print on demand. Physical products taught me about production times and about pricing. I loved the creative process so much, but it's time intensive for sure. I had to balance what I really enjoyed with making what I could realistically produce at scale. Physical products did help me go full-time in my business and eventually sell that business, but I needed employees at my house every day helping me to get products out on time, and it is a lot to manage when it comes to inventory as well. I had sold digital products in the past, but after I sold my business, I pivoted again, and digital products have become my sweet spot. Once I created them, I could sell them infinitely without worrying about inventory or shipping. The profit margins are obviously incredible, but you still have to nail the niche and SEO to get traffic because they're becoming more and more saturated. The lesson is that every product type has its pros and cons. What matters is finding the one that aligns with your lifestyle, your skills, and what you actually enjoy doing in the long term. For me, digital products fit best with my life right now because I don't want to spend all of my time on production and fulfillment, and I'm tired of having employees in my house. But that might be different for you, and that's totally okay. The goal is sustainability, not just profit, but a niche that you can stick to without burning out. And I also didn't really understand these decisions when I first started my shop. When I first started on Etsy, I made all of the classic mistakes that you might be making too. I listed everything I thought of, like you name it, I tried to sell it. My shop was 100% a garage sale. And you know what? Barely anything worked. It wasn't until I committed to focusing on one product line at a time and actually built up multiple listings, optimized my SEO, and gave it time to rank that I started seeing consistent sales and was able to scale those sales. The algorithm really needs to understand what you're important for in order to show you to those buyers. So I picked a niche I actually enjoyed. I filled it with very strategic listings and I watched my traffic grow. And that's what allowed me to eventually make hundreds of thousands of dollars on Etsy. Not by chasing every trend, but by committing to one thing and doing it really, really well. So if you're ready to stop guessing and start building a profitable niche on Etsy, I want to invite you to attend my next free live masterclass. I'm going to walk you through the system that I use and my students use for choosing your niche, building out your product lines, and getting visible in Etsy search so you can finally start making consistent sales without the constant overwhelm and without having to rely on outside marketing like social media. You are going to get personalized feedback. We have a lot of time for Q&A when you attend live. You're going to see real shop examples. You're going to leave with a very clear action plan. Spots are limited, so make sure to grab your free seat at the link in the description below. So now you know how to find the best niche for your Etsy shop, one that's profitable and sustainable. So I want to know in the comments, what niche are you thinking about pursuing, or what product are you currently selling? Drop a comment and let me know. And if this was helpful, make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss more Etsy strategy content. Thanks for watching.